Okay, so one of the bonus to the elder sons, the apostles. Preach and teach the word of truth with sincerity as always. And without further ado, just wanted to get into this lesson touching up on the MOTB. So I have this clip I want to play here. And this guy basically goes into this. You go watch and subscribe to him. He's very up on the news, believes in a wicked elite that exists. It's ruling. And he brings out a lot of gems in this clip as well as many others here.
The middle class making everybody bankrupt, because what do you think would occur if people can't drive from point A to point C because they have to stop at point B because they've run out of allotted travel miles, so they can't make it to their job. They have to stop halfway because they're all out. Time's up. Can't make it to work, you're fired. Another easy way to make people go bankrupt, is it not? So this is part of the statewide efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, which is all make-believe. It's all a fairy tale, folks, to imprison you. Everything that happened with COVID was part of the plan to get you prepared to live that way. It was to move you online, to keep you indoors, to get people to work remotely, to get people more addicted to the internet and technology, and of course to get people less dependent on going to stores to make purchases, going to grocery stores, leaving their house, making them even fearful to go out, which we still see to this day because there's people out there who are walking around with masks on. So it starts with travel time, and guess what it ends with? It ends when they suddenly say, hey, remember you had that Fitbit on your wrist? It was tracking how many steps you take? Yeah. Well, first of all, we're going to put it in your body, but we're also going to monitor and track how many steps you take, because we have a carbon footprint in place now. And it's not just about you going outside and driving somewhere. It's about you actually going outside in your yard, because your carbon emissions are going to play a factor in this, because you're the carbon that they're really trying to reduce, if you haven't gotten the hint yet. So this piece of legislation, let's call it that, because it's really a piece of you-know-what, but they're calling it a piece of legislation pending in the State House, seeks to cut emissions by creating a whole of government plan to reduce vehicle miles traveled, and is provoking strong opposition from some who see the idea as a potentially costly example of government overreach. Well, the more they brainwash the youth out there, because that's who they're targeting, that's how these communists operate. They target the youth. The more they brainwash them at a young age, 10, 5, 15, into thinking climate change is real, that this isn't about weather modification and enslavement, the more in the future we know that this will actually come to fruition, because the more the older generations die off and fight against this, the youth will only know of this mind control they're put under if the adults aren't waking them up to it. And that's why they're hell-bent on silencing people like me and people like you from waking them up to this. They just want them to fall in line, and eventually when they say, okay, these people who are 10, we've got it into their head through repetition, so taught it in the schools, right? Repetition, the key to mind control. That's why we're in school for 20 years. Learning nothing of importance, no trades whatsoever, learning about a history of lies, telling you the same lies year after year after year, then you believe those lies because it's all you've ever heard. Same thing will happen here with climate change with these kids out there. So the legislation is being called the Freedom to Move Act. That's right, the freedom to move, because guess what? You don't have the freedom to move in a new world order. Have you noticed what they're doing with travel and airlines, and how they don't want you to go anywhere, and they're crashing planes in the sky, and they're telling you Boeing wings are falling off, and planes are going up for 33 seconds and falling down, and all this other insane stuff we've seen with the...
This guy really goes into it, and I'm about to show y'all this other shit called a neon. He's gonna speak on it, but let's get this his office back with Daniel. And Daniel 2. This It's prophesied Daniel 2 and Revelation 13, as well as Daniel 2 here, verse 43. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with mirrored clay, so this is the part of the statue here. America is representative of the iron mixed with clay. They shall mingle themselves with the seed of man, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. And that's Esau mingling AI with man. Second Thessalonians, the second chapter. This is verse 9. Even him who's coming as after working with Satan, with all power, signs, and lying wonders, and that's lying wonders, and AI. With all deceitfulness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause God shall send them a strong illusion, that they should believe a lie. Now Revelation 13. Because all these clips and information I'm want to show y'all in a minute is going into the mark of the beast. Revelation 13:15. And he had power to take your life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast, that's the image of the beast is their system, should be killed. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that they might buy and sell, and that no man may buy or sell save except he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. You're not going to be able to buy and sell without this mark. So let's play the clip here, and he's going to speak on it in this other video here. Because it's all going back to controlling. They're going to want to control Jake and the things people can say. And I mean, they already been doing that with YouTube, but they want, that's not good enough. They want to fully control and implement with what their next agenda is. So check this out. Some information I like to bring out when I speak on this topic about the mark of the beast. This was from the New World Order. This was in 1939. H.G. Wells, he said this: hundreds of people will hate the New World Order and will die protesting against it. The RFID in your car's stickers is to track. So that was a quote from him. Yeah, the RFIDs in your car's stickers is to track your license plate reading software, scanning facial recognition under Section 802 of the Patriot Act. All misdemeanors are considered terrorists. Federal police squads called Viper teams who can pull you over to ask for ID and search you, and using surveillance cameras and sensors. That's already a prelude of what's going to be implemented in your hand or forehead. The Neuralink, Elon Musk. The NSA is also tasked with the protection of U.S. communications networks and information systems. The NSA, that's the National Security Agency, relies on a variety of measures to accomplish its mission. It's the NSA. Google, right? It's phone spying on you. That's all about. About to play more clips on that. A Marxist agenda. And also communism, the same thing. Gattaca, it was a movie, came out in 1997, showed you certain things that these elites want to mock you with, reveal to you in your face. It says, inspired by real events. The film explores themes of genetic discrimination and the societal acceptance of eugenics. Yeah, and that's what they're forcing to be pushed upon you people. Okay, obviously they know they couldn't just do this off a rip and bring in all their cards at once. They had to condition people's minds. And we have come a long way, and they have successfully done these things, okay? Because with the phones and with these foods and making people stupid, and the low vibrational music that brings demonic forces on people's heads, and the foods on top of it, they're already gonna accept these things there because they already believe in these radical left-handed types of figures and role models they look up to that mold them and shape them in their decisions. Lots of rebelliousness, basically, because that's what the Amalek is on. This goes back to Edom, his father. They're both the same, synonymous with one and the same. Edom and Amalek. Edom's the father of Amalek, actually, but Amalek is the top right above me. Esau right now. You get the idea. The film explores themes of genetic discrimination and the social acceptance of eugenics, inspired by real events, including the Human Genome Project, and you can look that one up, and the cloning of Dolly the sheep. If you want to get more into it, other movies about genetic engineering in the future include, which is what we're in already now. This is the future. It says in Daniel 12, knowledge shall increase. So we said in Gattaca here. Another one is the Amazing Spider-Man 2012, or Blade Runner. The franchise, actually. The whole franchise. These movies explore the consequences of genetic engineering and the potential for genetic discrimination. They also show you the movie Blueprint, came out 2003. Andromeda Strain, 1971. Splice, 2009. Elysium, 2013. Awakenings, that came out 1990. Contagion, came out 2011. The Amazing Spider-Man, 2012, we said that one. The Blade Runner of 2049. 2017. Annihilation, 2018. Icarus, 2017. The Crimes of the Future, this came out 2022. Alien, Romulus, which Romulus was the interestingly enough, Romulus was the name of, it goes back to the founding of Rome. Romulus killed his brother, or they were both drank off a female wolf, were being fed from a female wolf. Reminds me of Cain and Abel, right? The Substance came out 2024. Beyond movies. Exploring diverse biotech and entertainment. Yeah, and this is a simple nigga would argue, oh, they show you that in movies, this can't be real. Well, dumbass, let's look at this. This is just on Instagram from End Time Signs. He brings this gem out here about the revelation of the method. He says, time and time again, we have seen various forms of revelation of the method in film and popular culture, from occult symbolism, transhumanist themes, aliens, depopulation, agenda, and of course predictive programming of future events.